מזמור לדוד, אדוני רואי לא אכסר, בינו דאש ירביצני, על מי מנוחות ינעלני, נפשי ישובב, ינחני במקלי צדק למען שמו, גם כי אלק וקיצל מוות, לא ידע רעה כי אתה עמדי, שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני, תערוך לפני שולחן נגד צורריי, דישנת בשמן ראשי כוסי רוויה, אך טוב וחסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי, ושאבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. The 23rd Psalm, Psalm of David. Adonai is my shepherd, I shall not want. Giving me repose in green meadows, leading me beside the still waters to revive my spirit, guiding me on the right path, for that is God's essence. Though I walk through a valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your staff and your rod comfort me. You prepare a banquet for me in the presence of my foes. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and kindness shall be my portion all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of Adonai forever. thank you all for coming to this sacred place for the Jewish people to say goodbye to Warren Gunn, who was known in the Jewish people by his Hebrew name, Wolf ben Shalom Halevi ben Rachel, Zichrono Livracha, of blessed memory. The son of Sidney and Ruth Gunn, of blessed memory. The brother of Andrea and Ron Grossman, and also Cynthia Gunn Seltzer, of blessed memory. The uncle of Cheryl Grossman. And Warren passed away on Thursday, June 18th, peacefully, after 2 years battling with cancer at the age of 71. Today we are saying farewell to a man who lived his life to the fullest. And out of all the meaningful traditions we have in Jewish funerals, perhaps the most important one is the eulogy. It's what we say about the person we are saying goodbye. You see, the eulogy actually has biblical roots. As we see that our father Abraham eulogized Sarah, his wife. And the word eulogy means a good word. Giving a eulogy is a way to honor a person's life. It is also a way to provide comfort to those who are heartbroken. The eulogy expresses sorrow for the loss, yet celebrates and finds meaning in the person's life. When we suffer the loss of a loved one, what is not going to be with us anymore is so evident. We go to the cemetery, we bury the body. But what is not so evident is what remains with us in our lives. So the eulogy is a tool to remind us that not everything gets buried. In fact, the most important part of our existence, our values, our contribution to society, to friends, to family, stay with us forever. So I would like to share with you a few words about the life of Warren Gunn, of blessed memory. Words that I learned by having a conversation with Ron and Andrea the last few days. They told me a bit about his life. And it's interesting, I guess, because I am a rabbi, the first thing they said to me was, well, Warren wasn't necessarily a shul goer. But that doesn't mean that he didn't express Jewish values in his life. You see, we read in the Mishnah, one of the sacred books in Judaism, in a section called Pirkei Avot, and this is in chapter 2, Mishnah number 10. We read a story there that it goes as follows. Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai said to his students, go out and see what is the good way to which a person should follow. And they came back. One of his students, Rabbi Eliezer, said, the most important thing is a good eye. Rabbi Joshua said, the most important thing, a good friend. Rabbi Shimon said, most important thing is to consider consequences. While Rabbi Eleazar said, most important thing is to have a good heart. The master said to them, I prefer the words of Eleazar ben Arach, a good heart, over your words, for his words include all of yours. So that text is a powerful reminder that the most important thing in Jewish life is to develop a good heart. And Warren Gunn's way to express his Judaism was through his good heart. He was famous for that. A good heart in life and a good heart in death. What do I mean with that? Because the family learned that Warren made arrangements. So after his passing, part of his money will go to different charities through the Jewish Foundation of Manitoba. He was sure that it would be something for the Gree Academy, for the Canadian Museum of Human Rights, and for the Shari Zedek Synagogue. Because Warren had a strong connection to the Shari Zedek. He started his Jewish life there in the nursery, and now it's proper that he find his resting place, the Shari Zedek Cemetery. But he also told me about the artistic side of Warren and how he expressed his art mostly through his belts, buckles, jewelry, and accessories that he made and sold for over 25 years. This is quite interesting, since Warren had a master's degree in science. But even after all those years in university, he decided to follow his passion as an artist. As the famous song says, I did it my way. For Warren, life wasn't just business. He loved to play the billiards. Actually, I was told that the correct name is pool. It's a specific, so yeah, if you're a pool player, I guess we'll be offended if I just call it billiards. He loved to play pool, and he was very good at it. He competed many times in Vegas. My understanding, last time he ended up second. In fact, he was planning for more trips there to win more tournaments, but unfortunately, he left this world without having that satisfaction. Warren also found pleasure playing the guitar and driving his old Mercedes-Benz sports car, like a convertible, either by himself or sometimes with his dear friend Elaine. Warren was very close to his family. Not only he took care of his father at the family home when his mother died, but then he stayed there after his father died. The same house where he grew up in the Crescentwood, where he had great pleasure keeping it renovated. And in fact, before he died, he had also another project that make another renovation on the house. And he also had a great connection with his sister Andrea. He wasn't just her baby brother, but as Andrea says, Warren was her first baby, and Cheryl was her second. They all had the opportunity to talk frequently, but Andrea was telling me that they had a great opportunity around 2 years ago to spend some great family time, quality time, together in Mexico. Memories that nothing, not even death, can take away. So I'm sure that there are so many things that each one of you treasure in your hearts, memories of Warren. So before I move on to the next stage of the service, I would like to know if Elaine would like to say a few words. It's always good to have some personal words in the form of eulogy, so we can have one more dimension of Warren's life. Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you. I didn't know that I would be able to speak today, but somehow God helped lift the fog. And I'd like to say a few words. I'd like to say hi to Andrea and Ron and Cheryl and her husband. They'll be watching this. Because of COVID, they were not able to come. If they came, it would be a 2-week isolation, so that just didn't work out. And they miss them dearly. I would also like to thank the pool team for coming. His whole pool team is here, and he loved them dearly. And he said, "Oh, if something happens to me, you get my pool cues to them." So I am happy on behalf of the family to present that to them after the funeral. I'm sure I've missed lots, but anyway, Warren was a dear friend, and I'm glad. Sometimes when you're really close, you don't, and you're a good friend, you don't think about telling them you love them, but I was glad to tell them I loved him dearly, and God forbid something happened to him that I would miss him terribly. Also, I thought I'd lighten the mood and tell a little story. One time, I went with him for his later doctor visits and such, and Warren was a detailed man, and he could talk a long time about some things, and I know the pharmacist was with him at that time. It was his first time to go on his chemo drug, and he had a lot to ask about it, but it was going on, and the gal looked at me and looked at him and she says, your wife is hungry. I think you better take her to lunch. And he didn't bother saying that wasn't his wife, and I just smiled, and I just thought, we'll just let things go. We need to get out of here. So when I left, I thought, to brighten the mood, I said, you know what, if you bring another lady along, maybe Irena, you better let her know that it's your sister, because he'll think you're two-timing on your wife. And so, and yes, he had a good heart. I know at first when you're diagnosed with a disease, you're angry, and why me? But I talked often to him about God, maybe too much, and he got so that every morning he woke up and he thanked God for the day, and he was not angry at all, and so that he went through the phases, and it was nice to know that he loved God and that he spoke to him daily. Thank you.
Thank you, Lane. Thank you so much. And as I was talking to Andrea this morning, actually, she said that I should actually invite anybody else who would like to come forward and say a few words. If there is anybody who would like to say anything, you have an invitation to come and to say it now.
Okay. Hello, my name is Irena, and I came here to say goodbye to Warren. He made a big impact in a few years in my life, and he showed me something that I will take to the grave with me, is that no one is a bad person. Everyone has something good, no matter how bad anything is anywhere. He always brought the goodness of everything to me, and that will stay with me for a long time, because I've had a lot of anger towards things that are happening in this world, but he brought it to my attention. The last day that I spoke to him was on Thursday morning. He wished me a happy birthday and said, I'd like to take you to lunch. And I said, Warren, let's wait until this COVID thing is over with and we'll go have lunch. And now we're having lunch. I want to say goodbye to him and just feel so much love for him that he shared just a few years together that we had as friends. And Elaine, I'm the other sister of Elaine, as they say. But he's been the best human being in my life, and I hope people remember him like that. Thank you.
Morning all. My name is Cyril Gunn. I'm a couple blocks away. So there was a family closeness. Unfortunately, families go their own way. But every now and then we run into somebody from that family, and it was always how's Warren, how's Andrea, etc. We wish everyone here good health. Thank you for the kind words said to a member of the Gunn family. and have a good day.
Thank you all for sharing memories. Surely appreciated by the family. I'd like to continue now with the El Malay Rahamim prayer. Special prayer in Judaism, where we ask the Creator of the world to receive in the Gan Eden, the Garden of Eden, the soul of Warren Gunn. El Malay Rahamim Shochem Bameroimim Hametze Menucha Nechona Tachat Kanfei HaShechina V'ma'alot Kedoshim Kedoshim Uteorim Kezoyar HaRaki Amazirim Eden Ishemat Eden Ishemat Wolf Ben Shalom Halevi Verachel She'alach Le'olamo ועבור שאנחנו מתפללים ועד הזכרת נשמתו בגן עדן בגן עדן תהי מנוחתו לכם בלרחמים אז תראיו בסדר כנף לעולמים וצרור בצרור החיים החיים את נשמתו אדוני ונחלתו וינוח בשלום על משכבו ונאמר אמן. Exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Warren Gunn, who has gone to his eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May his soul be bound up in the bond of life. May he rest in peace, and let us all say, Amen.
Amen.
Please join me now in the recitation of the words of comfort, the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Itgadal ve'itgadash shemei Rabba, ve'almat yivirach chilutei, ve'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon b'yom echon, v'chayeh dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalau v'zman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehe shemei Rabba mevarach le'olam u'le'olmei olmaya. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחוף לעילה עם כל ברכתה ושירתה ושבחתה ונחמתה תמידם בעלמה וימרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו, ועל כל ישראל וימרו אמן. עושה שלום אמרמיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו אמן. המקום ינחם אתכם וטוב שרב לציון בירושלים. May God bless you and comfort you. And let us all say one more time, Amen. So, we have one more step to fulfill here at the cemetery, and that is to put a little bit of earth on top of Warren's coffin. So I would like to invite everybody to do that. Everybody will have an opportunity to come forward, take a shovel. Our tradition is at least we put 3 shovels full of earth on top of the coffin. And the rabbis explained that this is an act of loving kindness, an act of chesed. In fact, they call it chesed shel emet, true kindness. Because when you do something for somebody who passed away, who cannot repay you in any way or form, then that's a real act of kindness. So thank you all for coming once again, and I would like everybody to come forward, pick a shovel, put earth. If you want, you have gloves on the side, and it's also a sanitizer dispenser, so you can sanitize your hands before and after you touch the shovel. Thank you.